Luminate, a leading data analytics firm, has released its 2024 viewership estimates, offering insights into film and TV trends. Among the findings, The Acolyte ranked as the second most watched Disney Plus original series with an estimated 2.673 billion minutes viewed. Only Percy Jackson and the Olympians outperformed it, racking up 3 billion minutes. But what do these numbers really say about Disney Plus's performance in the competitive streaming landscape? It is important to note that Luminate's figures are third-party estimates and may not align with Disney internal data. The analysis appears to focus on U.S. viewership and reflects total minutes watched over the year, not just during the series release period. For The Acolyte, which debuted in early June with 8 episodes, this averages about 334 million minutes per episode. Comparisons with other Disney Plus hits like Ahsoka suggest that Acolyte may have struggled to maintain traction. Ahsoka's third episode alone garnered 459 million minutes in its release week, contributing to a 7-week total of 4 billion minutes per Nielsen. Meanwhile, other streaming platforms outpaced Disney. Paramount Plus's Landman, a lesser-known series, reportedly surpassed The Acolyte's total within its first month. The bigger takeaway is Disney Plus originals face stiff competition. During Christmas week, Netflix's Squid Game Season 2 helped the platform achieve over half the annual total Luminate reported for all Disney Plus originals combined. While The Acolyte had moments of success, the numbers suggest challenges for Star Wars content in the ever-evolving streaming landscape. Guys, we've talked until we've all been Watto blue in the face about The Acolyte, the numbers, critics, what did it mean? It got canceled, all that kind of stuff. I think my question to you, kind of on the heels of this news story, is Star Wars has a lot of competition to face. We've got new DC stuff that's on the horizon. The Penguin has gone gangbusters. You know, Apple TV continues to put out a lot of good stuff. What does Star Wars need to do in the kind of current streaming landscape to be competitive? And I'll throw it to either one of you if you have a thought, just kind of off the top of your head.
Okay, I'll take it first, which is every time we said Luminate, I was like, Luminate beings are we is all I could think. So it kind of took me out of the. I don't care. Is what I watch everything, I see everything, right? I like everything. I like ATGLive a lot. You know, there's the streaming services are all getting so bloated. I think today Netflix did their like Netflix announcement day, and it was just like a lot of stuff. And I actually earlier today I was just kind of like looking through their timeline on Twitter or X or whatever you call it now, and I was like, oh, I don't care. Like most of this, I'm like, who cares? Like, you know, they announced the Rian Johnson movie, which is great. They announced Cobra Kai finale. I'm like, that's great. Like, but there's a lot of bloat. And so I think, you know, numbers never super matter to me, just as a, you know, I'm not a stockholder, and I am, but not a major stockholder. And so I'm more
fans at the end of the day.
If the content is good, if the quality is high, if they keep doing that, then that's great. And, you know, it's always interesting to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit, but I'm not super, super worried. I'll say that.
Chris, what about you?
I don't just like, I don't care about the numbers and all that stuff. If the show's good, the show's good, and needs to continue and given time to find its way. It happened with Clone Wars. Those first 2 seasons weren't as strong as the later ones. You had to give it time to find its thing. You know, for people that get caught up on numbers, I'll give you an example. As a wrestling fan, you have WWE, you have AEW. And both of these 2 big ones, of course, WWE gets like the, you know, most views and ratings and all that kind of stuff. AEW, which to me is a much better show, doesn't get the same kind of ratings, but the show is just superior in my view. It's just that's just how it is. Like, Acolyte should be getting a second season.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the ratings, numbers, and views, like they're saying, like, you know, they had so many. There you go. Good. Now bring it back. That's what. Just bring it back. If the numbers are that good,
bring it back.
Bring it back.
Let's do it some more. Well, and it's interesting because we see these kinds of things, and of course, we've read all the articles about how it was so over budget and how the amount of money spent compared to, you know, Andor or compared to, you know, Skeleton Crew and the critical react. And at some point, you just go, I'm a fan. I love Star Wars. If it's on TV or it's on streaming, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to buy another platform. If you move Star Wars to, Paramount Plus 3.0, I'm going to go subscribe to that one too, because I want to watch Star Wars. It's going to lead me somewhere. I'm going to go somewhere and do it.
It's the only reason I have Disney Plus. It's the
biggest challenge. That's right. The biggest challenge in the midst of all that is we also know it's a business, and we know that at some point, somewhere far up that Disney chain is going, this one didn't make us money. And I think ultimately that's what happened with Acolyte. I think they know there's enough people who love the story, love the characters, love the potential for what could have been there.
But it's
they could have done it, but it didn't make a return that they needed. They spent way less on Skeleton Crew and got similar critical reactions. And, we don't know yet if there'll be more of that, but it is a business at the end of the day, which is tough because it's hard to hear that something you love is also a business and some of the decisions about it get made that way.